gonna share this. I just don't understand what the heck this means. I'm gonna search it up via ChatGPT later. It says naturally, digital dexterity must be constantly refined. However, I'm perhaps a little less demanding than other people might be, because I think there is a false dichotomy set up between the digital demand, as it is called, and the musical imagination. The physical is merely the means by which the artist accomplishes what he or she wants to do with the music itself. And I think one of the greatest fallacies being taught is that one should learn the instrument first and after that start thinking about musical concepts and ideas. I mean, isn't that supposed to? Isn't it supposed to? Like, how else are you supposed to teach us? Like, I don't get it. I mean, you have to know how to play the instrument first, right? I think that's not what he's saying though. I don't understand what this means. Hang on, let me search it up actually. I genuinely have no idea what he's saying. I'm gonna search it up later actually. It's okay. Let me read. Let me continue on. Let me just read the preceding sentence again. And I think one of the greatest fallacies being taught is that one should learn the instrument first, and after that, start thinking about musical concepts and ideas. Music then becomes a cosmetic, and like a cosmetic added by a cosmetologist, music is added on to technique and never becomes part of the substance of what the artist produces. I don't think it works that way. I don't understand what that means. I mean, what? Of course it becomes part of the sub. Wait, what? Of course it becomes what the artist produces. Because how else are you supposed to do something without first having the ability to how to do it? You can't just play. You can't just play a Liszt transcendental etude. You gotta learn how to freaking move your fingers first. And then after you are able to play that piece, then you can like tweak something. I don't know. Isn't that how it's supposed to work? What am I not understanding? I'm pretty sure that's not what he means. Oh my god. All right. Perhaps a little more analytical about what I do than I otherwise would have become, because I would have said no, it just sounds like this and demonstrate. Now I have to understand what it is, really what it is that one does, and what makes for all those intangible, ineffable things that go into music from a spiritual point of view, from a psychological point of view. So I do a lot of talking. I believe very much in imagery to enkindle their imagination as well as my own. I also think it's very important to attempt a line of communication with something each student really already knows, especially if that something is tangible or visible. Students to grow at their rate of speed. He does not impose a great raptor upon them. If the students play what appeals to them most, their chances of success are greater. Interesting. Actually, I don't guide the repertoire very much. I think the most benefit comes from their playing the music they want to play, music that they are attracted to, music that they are interested in. However, if I see a certain one-sidedness developing, I suggest a certain repertoire that I think might be helpful to them. I also believe very strongly they should be working on two kinds of repertoire at the same time. That is, stuff that they won't be using, the stuff that is very difficult, it's more inaccessible, let's say, than some other stuff, and stuff that will be a source of frustration for them a lot longer. I'll read it. I'll read it. I'll read what I was laughing at. Don't worry. This was one of those moments that felt like magic. I knew it was just an algorithm, but it felt like the machine I was holding in my hands had figured out something about me I had never told it. I mean, I guess he understands it in a rudimentary way. All right, let me read. The level of individuation is so extreme, it can fluctuate for the same user from moment to moment and mood to mood. I very distinctly remember after I first downloaded TikTok, in part as research for this book, I had a rare night alone in our house and decided to treat myself to half a gummy and then absent-mindedly scroll through my phone. Gummy. Half a gummy. What distinguishes TikTok is how the algorithm basically takes over completely. You can choose to follow individual people if you want, but if you simply open the app, it will start feeding you videos, and based on how long you watch, it will learn what you like and, with truly uncanny specificity, deliver your tastes, likes, and dislikes. And so on this night, I realized at some point that I had just spent an entire hour on TikTok watching video after video of delicious sandwiches being made and then cut in half. And at that moment, it dawned on me that the algorithm had figured out I was stoned. I'm sorry. When I read gummy, so gummy meaning edibles, right? Edibles. Um, yeah, I was a little. I didn't know what that. I didn't know why he said half a gummy. I was like, wait, what? Half a gummy? What does he mean by this? And then when he said he was stoned, kind of just clicked. That's why I started laughing. But at the same time, it's also quite hilarious how the author puts it in an exclamation point. The legendary science fiction author Arthur C. Clarke also wrote that any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic, and this was one of those moments that felt like magic. I knew it was just an algorithm, but it felt like the machine I was holding in my hands had figured out something about me I had never told it. Now, I'm assuming he understands. Um, he, it's rudimentary, right? My algorithm, how it works. Um, but if you, but how can I provide this? It's because I'm right now I understand what he means, um, but there's a part of me that not it's not in the sense of disagreeing, but he's putting it as this, it's like magic, to which right now for me I just disagree with. Obviously, he's not literally saying that it's magic or um what I mean is the algorithm was made by um, engineers, scientists with years of experience from prestigious universities with a lot of resources, plus the other yeah, experience. So what I'm trying to say is that it was made by people with knowledge. It's like this isn't ineffable. I just can't organize the words that I want to use. That I want to. I can't express it. It's my problem. And at the same time, he has seen a lot more things from past generations. That's why it is probably very different for him. I've only known, like flip phones and smartphones, you know. So, but if you were from a generation where you're familiar with, like 80s, 90s tech, it's a complete, it's crazy. I would understand. The development of digital technology like this has made spectacle increasingly privatized and solitary. I think it's hard not to conclude that there is a relationship between the rise of solitude in modern life and this process of ever more specific individuation of our attention. It's quite interesting because when I do use social media for entertainment purposes, I always look at the comments. I always look at the comments of a video that I like. It's no question. And I think I've you know I've thought about it before. I thought it was merely because I was just interested in what people were talking about, but instead I was just looking for affirmation. I was looking for, you know, um, some funny stuff that other people have commented on it. Actually, not entirely affirmation because there's some very very smart and witty comments available on social media, and these people are just witty. They're hilarious, um, and sometimes you're amazed at how many. I think it's not a necessary thing, but I do believe um, you have actually. I don't think all I don't think all jokes come from smart people, but you have to have some sort of intelligence in. No, that's not it. You have to understand. It doesn't necessarily correlate with intelligence, I don't think, but you have to understand. You have to make the connection. I think that's the thing because um, I think jokes or funny Instagram or TikTok comments have to gain your attention like right away. As in, you have to get it. You have to kind of get what this person is saying. I don't know. I don't know. Never mind. I give up. Oh, the reason why I even began talking about this was I this one time I became very lonely. I became really really lonely one time. I stayed up until like 3 in the morning, um, going through Twitter, going through Reddit, going through Instagram Reels, going through like um, I was just my eyeballs were just looking around at diverse social media platforms. And when I was doing so, I realized I was just I don't know. There came this overwhelmingly dreadful sense that I just didn't belong anywhere. Um, like everyone, like it was a little bit of FOMO, but it wasn't. It felt like because it I didn't have that sense of belonging. I didn't feel it. It felt like everyone else was just having so much fun, and I was just, I was also trying to have fun, but I wasn't having fun at all. Something like that. I don't know. Um, but yeah, the next day, um, that feeling was just gone. So I don't know what it was. It was just a really bad day, really bad night.
shall